Hello and welcome to Lynchburg Live. I'm your host, Linda Smith. The American Cancer Society's largest fundraising event is the Relay for Life. My guest tonight is Tiffany Howell, and Tiffany will be heading up a team for the Relay in Lynchburg this year. Tiffany, welcome to Lynchburg Live.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you. Before we get started, could you please tell our audience when and where the Lynchburg Relay for Life is this year?
Yes, it is at Heritage Track, Heritage High School, Heritage Elementary. It's at the track there, June 3rd.
And this is a national event, isn't it, all over the country?
Mm-hmm.
I know that Amherst and other counties are doing the same thing, but they don't all do it on the same day.
No, they have different dates,
And
different months of the year that they do in the different places, different regions.
I guess they do that so that if you wanted to attend more than one event, you can.
Yes.
I think that's great. For anyone who's never attended a Relay for Life, can you sort of just tell our audience what to expect if they go?
It's amazing. You have so much fun, but it's also so sentimental and so touching, all the different activities and the Luminaria event. You'll definitely be touched if you go to one, and you'll want to go back every year.
A day type thing.
Mm-hmm.
As a dedicated volunteer for the Relay for Life, would you tell the audience why and how you got involved?
Yes, I had breast cancer 4 years ago. I had never been involved before that time, and after that diagnosis, which you know and others probably know, it just changes everything about your life and everything that you want to do or be involved in. So it's just a passion of mine to help others and be involved with as much as I can, the Relay for Life, and helping raise money to find a cure for this or to help others that are going through the battle.
And you were extremely young.
I was 35.
When you were diagnosed. And that has to be just an earth-shaking diagnosis for someone when you think you're healthy and find out something like that.
My son was 10 and my daughter was 7, and I never expected in a million years to hear that, because there's no family history. Before that time it was hardly any cancer at all in our family. I mean, I had a great aunt, and then I had an uncle who had prostate cancer, and that was it. And it was all really early stages, where I was stage 3. I had 8 out of 11 lymph nodes positive, and that's why I like to talk about my experience, because you don't hear of many stage 3 and 4 that are survivors, or that, you know, and you do. I mean, more people need to get out and talk and show.
You know, I think when you do something like you're doing, when you go out and talk and say, here I am, I was this stage and I'm healthy now, it encourages people to go out and get their mammograms who are so scared to go do that.
Right.
You know, and your dad is also a cancer survivor.
Yep. He had colon cancer.
So your reason for getting involved with the Relay is a very, very personal one. And I think it is for most people who get out there and do this. Breast cancer, having it made me angry, because I don't want anybody else to have that, and I felt like I wanted to do something to make it end in our lifetime.
Yep.
When did you first become involved with the Relay?
The year that I was going through treatments, that June, I was doing chemo, and that was my first involvement with the Relay, and I went to the Relay and did the survivor walk with a friend of mine who had just been diagnosed a year before me, who is now battling a reoccurrence, and that's another reason I walk, for so many friends I have that are fighting or have fought. And I started that year with the survivor walk, and then the next year I formed a team through my company, and then the following year I had a team, and this year I'm involved. I have 2 teams, and I'm also part of the Relay for Life committee.
Great. Your teams have a name. Tell us what your name is.
This year my team's name is Wish Upon a Cure. So I have a Wish Upon a Cure 1 and 2. Last year it was Rainbow of Miracles, and it was to signify all the different colors in the rainbow, all the different colors that represent the different cancers.
That's a good idea, good name.
So I like that.
How many people do you have on your team?
Right now I have about 30 between the two teams.
Do you set goals,
I do.
monetary goal area? And can you tell our audience what the Survivor's Walk is and then what the Caregiver's Walk is?
Yep. The Relay for Life, you have dinner for the survivors, and then when everything kicks off, they have what they call a survivor walk. All of the cancer survivors, anybody who is battling it now, just found out you're considered a survivor, so you get in line and you walk the survivor walk around the track. It's very, I can't even explain the feeling you get when you walk that survivor walk for being a survivor, and just seeing the support that you have in the community and the people that want to help and be there for you. And then the caregiver walk is directly after the survivor walk, and anybody that has been a caregiver to a loved one, a friend, help the American Cancer Society, should walk in the caregiver's walk.
Yeah. And you know, when you're walking with other survivors and you look around behind you or in front of you, and you know what every one of those people in that group have been through, and I think that's one of the most emotional things for me, is knowing that, you know, what I've been through and these people have been through the same thing, and some a little worse, some probably not as bad. So
Right.
I think that's what makes it
And
so
I have
emotional.
met friends and made friends just in the survivor walk that I'm still friends with today.
Right. All right, the relay goes, it's a 2-day event. Why is it an overnight event?
Because cancer never sleeps, so we don't sleep either. We want to find a cure, and because cancer never sleeps, we stay up all night and try to raise money to beat this thing.
And the relay logo that's behind us, that's all so symbolic of it being a night. It really is a touching event. The Survivor's Walk, you know, that's something I've participated in and you've participated in, because both Tiffany and I are breast cancer survivors. I found that the most touching thing that I was involved in, other than the luminary, for each person to raise.
Yes. Well, they set their own goals. I think the minimum is like $200, but you can set as much as you want or as little as you want for your goal.
You know, last year you had said how much you raised last year, and I don't. It's an astronomical amount that your teams had raised. Do you remember?
It was over 10,000.
That's great. I mean, that is just great.
Yep.
And the money that is made at the Relay for Life here in Lynchburg, I understand that money stays in this area.
Yes, it does. It helps with different programs that the American Cancer Society has to help people who are going through treatments. They have a program, and I didn't bring my list with me, the
That's
names,
okay.
but they actually have drivers that take people to treatments that are unable to drive or unable to have family members there because of jobs or whatever. It helps in any of the needs that it brings, and also with doctor visits and just anything you need that the American Cancer Society can provide, it helps with.
You know, one of the things I just thought about, the American Cancer Society will provide you with a wig.
Yes.
If you've gone through chemo and you've lost your hair, and I think, you know, I'm not sure that a lot of people know that that's there, but all you have to do is go over to the office, and they do have that. And you know, unfortunately, it's hard to get through chemo with a hair left on your head.
Right, yes.
You brought a film, a brief film. Phil, if you'll go on and show that film, Tiffany and I will try to tell everybody what it is. This is last year.
Yes.
And these are different campsites?
Yes. And I believe that's right before the Survivor Walk.
And it's always led off by the color guard?
I believe so.
There was a little girl last year that was 2 or 3 or 4 who was walking and had raised some money herself.
Yes, she had raised a huge amount of money in a short period of time. She's actually part of the relay committee.
And there she is.
She led the Survivor Walk last year, and I think we'll be leading it this year.
I think that's a good way to, with this child, to start off with a cause and a sort of a mission. I think her grandmother also had cancer.
Yep.
survivors carry the banner. I carried the banner last year in Amherst, and that was very emotional for me.
Yeah.
All of these people are in a fight,
Yes, they are.
and it's the same fight. You know, like I said, I think that's the thing that bonds you. And anytime I've walked in one of these things, you walk along and you cry a little bit.
Right.
Woman behind me last year in Amherst said, I said, I'm so glad we're here and able to walk. And she said, I'm so glad we're here with hair.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. That's always a good thing.
It
Things
amazes
to look forward to.
Yeah. It amazes me how many people are affected by cancer.
Yes.
And this is only a small portion of the people in our area.
Right. I think everybody somehow, if you haven't been through it, you know someone who has, or you have a family member or a loved one, because it just touches everybody in some way, shape, or form.
And with breast cancer, it doesn't have to be a family thing.
Who's a friend of mine and also a breast cancer survivor. She was on Lynchburg Live special edition that we did on mammography back in November. Tiffany, it's so good to see you.
You too.
I hear that you're heading up a team.
Yes, I have two teams, Expecting a Rainbow of Miracles 1 and 2. We have 5 Genworth teams, and we've raised almost $11,000 between 50 people, which I think is amazing.
That's fantastic. That's just fantastic. Are you selling stuff still at your campsite?
Yep, we're raffling off a piano and a Vera Bradley, the breast cancer pattern Loves Me bag, a nativity scene table runner, and trying to think a few other things like a Southern Living plate holder. And then we have some little bracelets for sale and all kinds of little baked goodies. And
well, I'm just really impressed with what you've been able to do. And as you know, and I know, every day is precious to us at this stage of our lives.
That's right, that's right. I was complaining about the heat earlier, but I'm thankful to be here. I don't care about the weather.
We don't care about the heat. I don't care that my hair is getting stringy. We're just glad to be here. We have hair, yes.
These are the luminaria bags.
Yep. Yeah, that's when, as soon as the sun goes down and it gets dark, they light the luminaria bags and do the slideshow.
And each one of these bags is significant for it's for one person that's a survivor or in memoriam. I liked that film, and I thought it was cool that we were in there last year, and here we are talking again this year.
We've been through many circles together.
Yep. As we go through the rest of the interview, we're going to be putting some pictures up on the wall behind us of past Relays for Life. Do you have any idea this year how much you've made toward your goal?
Probably right around 1,000, or getting close to 1,000. But we have a lot of our big fundraising things coming up in May.
That's good.
So hopefully we'll reach our goal last year and further.
Since you said big fundraisers coming up in May, there's something we both want to talk about. And you go ahead and tell everybody about this.
Sunday, May 15th, thanks to Linda and Danny Bernard, we're going to have a karaoke event at Big Lick Tropical Grill, the one off of 29, is it Oddfellows Road? Across from, it's across from Outback, the Big Licks that's located back there. It's from 4 to 8, and we're going to charge a $3 cover charge for each adult. Children are free, and Danny has so graciously offered to do the karaoke for free. All the fundraising will go towards the relay, our relay team. Big Licks is also going to donate 10% of everything they make to our relay team. So I'm very excited about that.
Is that food sales and beverages as well?
Yes, everything.
You know, I think I just think it's wonderful, and Tiffany and I both want to thank Danny Bernard, who's our karaoke DJ friend, who had lost someone to cancer, and he's been so kind to come along and do this DJ program for 4 hours for free to help raise funds for Tiffany's team.
I'm thankful to Kent at Big Licks for letting us
yes.
use his facilities, and you for helping me coordinate all this.
But we especially want people to come out to this because this is an opportunity to have a good time and to help a really good cause.
Yep.
So what other kinds of fundraising have you done this year?
We have had we're going to have some baked items to sell. We also have participated, Belk has charity days that they do
Right.
sales. We participated in that. We're going to have a yard sale. I think we're going to have it at the Tree of Life Church the first Saturday in May. And we're also going to have a big car wash at Aqua Pros on Timberlake Road. I think it's May 21st, that Saturday. And we're going to have like hot dogs and chili, and so you can come get your car washed and get lunch.
Good.
So
Do you have a website
we do.
for your specific team?
If you go to the website for the relay, you can select teams, and it'll show you all the teams. So you can just select the Wish Upon a Cure team.
Does it have information about where these fundraisers are going to be held?
Yes. Yep.
Because I think that's very important. Anybody who's listening who
Yep.
may not be able to write fast enough.
Right. Yes, there's links that will take you to all the different committee members for the relay, so you can contact anybody if you ever need anything, or if you want to be a part of the relay, if you want to help with the relay. It's also a link that you can click to see all the fundraising that all the different teams are doing around Lynchburg.
You know, Tiffany, the economy is so terrible. Has it affected Relay and what you all are able to get in donations?
Yes, it has. It has. And talking with the leader of the relay, I think she said the last 2 or 3 years, it's really affected the donations we normally receive.
That's terrible. But it's affecting everybody everywhere.
Right, right.
You know, so I guess if you are successful in any way, then that's money that they didn't have.
Right.
Now, who may participate in this?
Anyone and everyone, and we love to have everybody come out and participate. You know, it's so much fun. It's so many different things you can do, and everybody is welcome to participate.
It's and they can find out through the website how
Yes.
to contact you all. Do local merchants make donations to the relay? I know last year they had bands there and entertainment and.
Yep. We have different entertainment, and then we have local merchants, and they donate gift cards, they donate dinners, they donate time and money for prizes, things that you can give away at, like raffle off at the relay, or give for door prizes at the relay. People donate food and drinks and things, so people have them at the relay for the different events they do.
And the bands that are there, they donate their time too, I'm sure. What other fundraisers do you know about from other teams? I know that somebody had sold cookbooks once, and
Yep, cookbooks. They have a big golf tournament that raises a lot of money. It's just all kinds of stuff. They have different yard sales that they get together in different churches, different places. But they also T-shirts, different relay T-shirts. Well, they're not relay T-shirts, but they're cancer-related T-shirts. They're a big seller because a lot of people like shirts that are cute and you can wear to support the relay. Different bake sales.
you know, the luminaria ceremony, I think it's such a special thing. And isn't that led off by the color guard again?
Bagpipes.
Bagpipes,
Usually
that's what it is.
bagpipes, and they play Amazing Grace, and it's very emotional, very touching time. That music is so beautiful, and
It is.
they go around the track once and lead it off, and then they have a slideshow that plays that shows it's either in memory of loved ones that lost the battle or in honor of ones that are still fighting or have won the battle so far. And we hope to have many, many more that show up there winning, and it's just very touching, very emotional. And you can hear a pin drop. Everybody is so quiet when that slideshow is playing.
You know, that was one of the things that really hit me last year. There were thousands of people there, and when they started that slideshow, you could have, as you said, hear a pin drop, and to me, it's just amazing that it's a reverence, and you know.
And they also take another thing I thought was pretty neat. They take the some of the luminaria, and they put it on the benches in the stadium and spell out the word hope in the luminaria.
I remember that. I thought that was pretty cool too. Do you know how you go about buying a luminaria bag?
That is also on the website. You can click, there's actually a tab that says Luminaria, and it'll give you all the details. And I think you have up until May 13th, where if you purchase a gold Luminaria bag, you can purchase like a regular Luminaria bag, and it's just a white bag where they write in memory or in honor of, and has the American Cancer Society logo on there. And that will be set around the track. And you can purchase a gold bag, and I believe with the purchase of the gold bag, that's where you can add the picture for the slideshow.
Oh, that's great.
And they also had, and I think it was new last year, I can't remember 100%, but they have torches that if you purchase, I think it's $100, you can get a torch that they light also when they do the luminaria, and it has a little plaque on there in honor or in memory of whomever. And you get to take your bags or your torches home with you after the show, after the event.
If someone's interested in purchasing a bag or purchasing a torch or sending in a picture, they can do that without having to be present at the relay.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
true?
And then if you're not present and you want someone to hold that bag for you or pick it up, or the torch, you can do that too. Because we save them afterwards for the people that weren't there or didn't pick them up.
Is there any significance, this just popped into my head, is there any significance of the candle, the light, that you know of? I don't know. I didn't know if it signified the light of a life.
Probably.
Something like that.
Probably. That would be my guess too.
Right. Do you have any idea how much was raised altogether last year from all the teams?
I do not know that amount. It was a large amount, and I know that we have a high goal set this year, but I don't know the exact amount.
It's just what you raised alone was a lot of money. And as I went around and interviewed people, this campsite said we've raised $600. We've raised.
I think last year it was over. I know it was over 100,000. I want to say it was close to 300,000, or that was the goal.
And that's wonderful.
believe.
I mean, I think that's just wonderful. And people came, like I saw Connie, who's the oncology nurse who gives us all our chemo.
Right.
And I think you said that she was probably the one person there who knew everybody.
Yep.
Because
She touches all of us.
Back to the breast cancer thing, one of the things that one of the doctors said to me, when you're talking about heredity and, people in your past who have it, she said the greatest risk is just being a woman.
Right.
For having breast cancer.
I think it was 80% do not have a family history, which is amazing to me, because you always think, well, that's one of the biggest risks. But I think in prior statistics that I've read, 80% have no family history. It just pops up.
And I had no family history of any kind of cancer. So, that was one of those things that I was not as worried about as other things.
Right.
My folks kick off with strokes and heart attacks.
Right. Our family has the heart stuff too, so had no idea it would be cancer.
If you could say anything, Tiffany, to the audience about the relay, what would you tell them?
Just come out and be a part of it. It will change your whole outlook, I think, on life and just what's going on around you that you don't even really realize, and it's just a great way to just show your support and help find a cure for this thing, raise money. Just come out and be a part of it. I think you'll be truly amazed and want to be a part of it every year after that.
And there's so many different kinds of cancer.
Yes.
And they had a board last year with all the different ribbons to signify all the different kinds of cancer, which just it amazes me the types that are out there.
Yep. You can get it anywhere.
Of course, you and I have been touched by breast cancer, and Now is a good time, if you have something you want to say to women about mammograms and
Go to your appointments every year. Do not skip them. It might be a little uncomfortable for a few minutes, but it is well worth it. All the technology they have these days, and they can find it so much earlier and sooner, and you really want to find it early so you don't have to go through all that chemo and yucky stuff. And but yeah, just go to all your appointments, even your annual physicals, all of your doctors. Because I had slacked off, a little bit myself, and now I go every year when I'm supposed to.
You were busy.
Yes, I was busy.
With your children. It's something that disrupts your life regardless of what kind of cancer you have.
And even the self-checks, I didn't do the self-checks like I should have because I didn't have the family history. I was so young.
You just don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think it's going to happen to you. It always happens to somebody else, but you just don't ever know. So
And your dad was diagnosed after you.
he was 2 years after me. He was diagnosed with colon cancer, and it was so weird because it was almost to the day, the month. Me and my mom said we're going to skip February every year if we can, because February just has not been a good month.
Now he walks in the relay too, and
they stayed with me all night last year.
that's
too.
what I was going to ask you, if you're going to stay in your campsite all night long.
As long as no tremendous thunderstorm comes along, I will be there.
They had one last year as well
Yes.
as I remember. What do you do all night long at a?
Oh my gosh! Like I say, they have events that happen like every hour. They have some type of event scheduled
Through the night?
Through the night. They had one event last year, a frozen T-shirt contest, where they gave people that participated in the event these frozen T-shirts that they had to somehow break or unthaw or whatever and get them on as quick as they could. They had a Big Daddy contest. They have lots of food and good stuff like that, and lots of neat little crafts and things people make. Just lots of things to buy, shop.
Well, Tiffany, I think it's a great thing that you're doing, heading up one of these teams, and we will see you there.
That's good.
Thank you so much for being my
Thank
guest.
you.
I hope you all have enjoyed tonight's show, and will consider participating in this year's Relay for Life. One more time, where is it?
It is at the Heritage Elementary High School track, June 3rd, Friday, June 3rd.
And for a really good time, and help us make some money on our team,
Yes.
Big Lick one more time.
Yes, the Big Lick Karaoke Night. It is May 15th, and it's 4 to 8. And please, would love to have everybody come out and support Wish Upon a Cure.
My next show is going to feature a member of the Blackwater Rollers, which is a women's roller derby team that's right here in our area. I didn't know it was, and I'm excited to find out about it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Good
Thank
night.
you.